going?
All right, I'm Molly.
And I am Chesney.
And we're part of For Life Outside.
Half.
Yeah, we're half of it, the women half.
The half ladies.
We just got back from our first 3-day backpacking trip. It was the first trip for everybody in our group except for Alex. He has done a lot of backpacking in his day. So we learned a lot. We learned a lot the hard way.
Yeah, through the 20.2 miles that we did.
Yeah. So we're going to do a little unpacking. We never showed the gear that we packed originally, but we're going to unpack it now, talk about things that we already know we have to change because they did not work.
Or did change already.
And then talk about the stuff we love too, because some of it was like perfect. And
absolutely.
So yeah. So I guess I'll start. So this is the pack that I took on the trip. It is an Osprey Talon 44 liter, I think. I actually had the Osprey Aura 50 liter, which is like the women's pack. And I bought it off of Facebook Marketplace back before I knew anything about backpacking. I actually bought it for my elopement because I wanted like the picture. Anyways, it's way too big, does not fit at all, and I did not realize that until the day before we were going backpacking when I actually put it on with Wade and realized that it stood like this far above my head.
Her torso is this big,
yeah,
and the pack was this big.
It wasn't gonna work. It was actually taller than my husband's 70-liter pack, so by about an inch.
Not good.
It wasn't gonna work. So I took, this is what we usually use as like a day pack, even though it's kind of big for a day pack. But so this is what I took. We stopped at REI on the way back from our trip, and I've already upgraded to the REI Flash 55. It was in the resale. I could not turn it down. So this is what I'll be trying out in the future. I think I'm gonna hike this coming weekend and see how it goes. Much shorter. It's a small, so it actually fits my very short torso. It does not stick up too far. It doesn't stab me in the butt. So yeah, so I'm gonna give that a shot. But this is what I took on this trip. When it has too much weight in it, it did, the frame was like hitting my booty and it did not feel good. So,
Anybody else have that problem?
It was pretty terrible. Fat bottom girls. Okay, so on the outside of my back, I have my Xped sleeping pad. I don't know like what model it is. I loved it. It was great. On top of it, I'll unpack it at some point, but I just have a cheap like Amazon blow-up pad for now. No fancy Nemo tensor or anything yet, but the combo is great. I slept fantastic on it in both a tent on the ground and we slept in a shelter one night. And I was comfortable both times. I could sleep in any position, side, back, stomach, all of it worked. So that was great. So I'm really glad I bought this. I kept a hat on the outside, thank goodness, because we got rained on a million times while we were hiking, and just kept the rain out of my eyes. It's actually kind of still a little bit damp. And I kept my spoon on the outside because I was really nervous about it getting bent. So this is the Sea to Summit titanium, I think, spoon, not the spork, because I don't like sporks. And it has a little carabiner, and so I hooked both of those on the outside of my pack. I have my trekking poles. These are from Amazon. They're the Cascade. Yeah, they're nothing fancy, but they worked great. They're lightweight. They weren't collapsing on me, so I'll keep those for a while. No point in spending too much money for now. I have in like the front little pocket my camp shoes, which are the Teva, however you're supposed to say that. Just little camp shoes. I like those. I got those very last minute, actually on the way up on the trip, and I'm glad I did, because we're going to talk about shoes soon, and I ended up having to hike out in these bad boys because my feet were killing me. And then my Kula cloth. That thing is amazing. First time using it, absolutely loved it. And then all I really have, well, we had smart water bottles. We already went ahead and threw those away. We'll get new ones for the next trip. I kept a bandana to like wipe sweat away or whatever. I had a bandana in my hair too, a different one, most of the time, just to keep my hair off my face. And then the hip belt pockets, I think I kept, actually I wore this. We both had one. We wore these little like knives around our neck. We just cut cheese with them, but if we needed a knife, we had that.
They're like $10 from Amazon.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Love it. They stay like really secure inside of the necklace, which was really nice. You don't have to worry about it falling out or anything. And then I had my black diamond headlamp in the other pocket and some Ziploc bags for trash. So that's the outside of my pack. Chesney?
Alrighty, so the pack that I have is actually the Women's Transfer 60 from REI. It's a women's medium. It fit me very well. Very good for short torso women as well, because my legs are 3/4 the size of my body. So starting with my sleeping pad, I had the Nemo switchback. I actually ended up getting this for my sleeping bag and then just this pad, but I also have an Amazon blow up as well. And I have my camp shoes. I kept my Crocs on the outside because they really got dirty, like very dirty, so I didn't want to keep it in the front pocket. I do have my Kula cloth, and then my Cedar Summit spoon as well. You can scrape the food out of like backpacking meals very, very well with this. When this fork doesn't stab it.
Dirty.
I know.
So good. Love it.
I also have a hat. I didn't wear as much as Molly did because I did have a poncho. I will show you when we get to like the inside of my pack. It's a Patagonia hat that I've had. I stole from my mom actually. And then I have my trekking poles as well. They're like $35 off Amazon. They are the Trail Buddy, and they worked really well. So surprisingly, they did not do anything crazy on me.
Until Alex ripped that little piece off.
Alex did break a little piece, but they still work very well.
work.
Very well. And going around this side, I have my Gooder sunglasses that I actually ended up not using that much. I have the Artifacts Not Art Feelings, and I really like them. Very much so. I have a little carabiner that came with my pepper spray that I just used to attach it to my pack. Then I also have a bandana. I didn't really use it for sweat. It was mainly on my head the entire time. We did have smart water bottles, and this pack does have the little slanted pockets for easy reach. I ended up getting an electrolyte bottle on the way up. It says Camp S'more with a raccoon on it. I know you can't see it, but it's very cute. Little Nalgene. In my hip belt pockets, I actually have some leftover snacks. So I have a Kodiak bar, a Cliff bar, and some other things. And I have the Burt's Bees Ultra Conditioning unscented chapstick, which is really good. And then I also have my Black Diamond headlamp for easy reach, and these were like 20 bucks from, actually they were cheaper because we got them on sale from REI.
Labor Day
The
sale.
Labor Day sale really got us.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, I have some honey packets that we have, and then I also have extra sport bags as well. And I think in one of these pockets I have a hacky sack and a pack frisbee. They're not important. We never ended up using them, but
Just because it was raining all the time.
Yeah.
And our feet hurt too bad.
our feet hurt.
We'll talk about that. That was.
Oh, I also ended up hiking out in my Crocs. We both ended up hiking out in camp shoes. There's the hacky sack.
We learned a lot about footwear.
A lot.
On this trail.
We actually met a pediatrician.
Podiatrist.
That's not what I meant.
A podiatrist.
Podiatrist, not a pediatrician.
But he gave us some good insight on shoes because
Yes.
ours were not okay.
We would do this.
We've only ever used them for day hikes before, and we found out real quick that they were not going to work. So,
Not fun.
all right, moving on. I forgot to mention that I wore a fanny pack too, since this pack is a little bit limited on like the outside storage. And so in here, I kept my also my Gooder sunglasses inside of this little sleeping bag. It's so cute. That was a birthday gift. Thank you. And my wallet. And then you gave me that. And then chapstick as well. So I kept this stuff just more handy, right on the front of me. I kept my phone in here when it was not raining, but I'm filming on my phone right now, so that's why it's not in here. When it was raining, I would have to like stuff my phone into the pack so that it wouldn't get wet because this is not waterproof. So yeah, I have that on the outside too. So in my brain, in the top, I pretty much kept my pack cover, so this pack did not have one, so I just bought one off Amazon for like 10 bucks. It worked great. It has the little buckles, and it stayed on really well, and I think mine was covered better than anybody's. So I bought kind of it's a size up for this pack, and it was great.
So it covered the sleeping pad as well.
Yeah,
That's a
covered
problem that we had.
And then a trowel, and some toilet paper. There's actually some left, surprisingly.
We did not have any left.
No. We barely did. And then snacks in here. Oh, this is a favorite. I didn't know how much I was going to love this. It's a little mojo light thing. I think that's what it's called. A moji maybe. I don't know. And it has like different modes, and it was so good in the shelter and in the tent at night. Not with use your headlamp, not blind people with it, and it has like softer light options and stuff. It actually, so we were kind of scared in the shelter because it was our first night in one, and by we I mean us two. The guys were fine.
Yeah, something was gonna get our feet.
Yeah, so we kept this on in campfire mode all night long, and it lasted all night, which is really cool, and it still has battery left, so that was awesome. I really enjoyed having that. I didn't know if it's kind of a luxury item, but I will always use it.
That is also from REI.
Yes, Labor Day sale.
Always.
That was a birthday gift too, actually. But. And then on the underside of my brain is where I kept my water storage stuff. So I have the 2-liter CNOC, wet. I did actually clean it. That's clean water. And my Sawyer. So this is what we use to filter all of our water. And again, we had smart water bottles, but we've already thrown those out since they were getting kind of used up and kind of gross.
A little beat up, if you will.
So that's all that I had in my brain.
Right, so moving on to my brain pocket, I actually, rookie mistake, I shoved a lot of stuff in my brain pocket. I'm just like, oh, I'll throw it in here, and I could never find it. So don't do that. Not very smart. So in the front brain pocket over here, I do have my St. as well. It is the 2-liter, and it works so well. I would not change anything about that. So Rowan, my boyfriend, actually has our Sawyer, but we did have one as well. And then up here I have my toiletries, deodorant, which is really unnecessary because you smell really bad anyway. I have hand sanitizer, and then I did have toilet paper and a trowel in here, but I think Rowan ended up stealing those as well.
That's something to mention. Like, we hiked with partners, so we actually didn't have to pack everything in our own packs. You'll see, like, neither of us have a tent, and that's because we made the boys carry those.
Yeah. And in this top pocket, I did carry snacks and trash bags, and I really don't have anything in here right now besides this little Sea to Summit cup that we got the Labor Day sale as well. It's like an insulated cup, little plastic cup that we got for $7 from REI. So, and we really love them. We can like hike with them. I have like a little sippy top that works really well for coffee or tea or whatever you would like to drink on the trail. So, yes, and I don't think so. In this pack, I have like a little stomach pack, is what they call it. And so I don't really keep anything in here. It's like straps for like a little summit bag thingy. So there's nothing in there. So that is my brain pocket.
Alright, I'll start with my main pocket. So I already pulled out, like, I have the same cup that Chesney does. We actually all have these. Alex mentioned that when he was hiking on the AT before, he just had an enamel coffee cup, and we all have to have our coffee. And he said it was always just too hot. It took forever to cool down enough to just be able to touch the cup. So we saw these and decided to get them. They have like a little insulated part on the outside. And so you can make hot beverages in here. You could even cook food in here if you needed to. And like she said, you're able to like walk with it if you want. It's clean so easy. This is amazing. I'm really glad we got these. Definitely, again, probably like luxury, not ultralight. Don't really care. I mean, they are light.
You can also store stuff in them. Like if you want a pair of socks, like a clean pair of socks that keeps us dry, like inside your pack.
Yeah, you can use them for storage. So on top, I have my Frog Tog rain gear. I actually never wore it because I was kind of hot, so the rain felt really good, and I just covered up my pack to make sure it stayed dry, and then I just let myself get soaked. And I was fine with it. I had dry clothes to put on at camp, so I didn't care. But this is the big giant poncho that can like cover your whole pack and looks kind of ridiculous.
You look like the hunchback, like with the pack on and everything.
It works. It's good.
It works very well.
I kept my little like base layer, top, long sleeve, and my puffer up towards the top in case I got cold. I only ever wore it really at camp in the mornings. It wasn't really cold any other time. But you never know. September in like North Carolina mountains, it could be 90 degrees or it could be like 40. So you never know. Have to be prepared. I carried the food for the first part of our journey and then somehow ended up with it again at the end. I don't know. But we had our food in this ultralight dry bag from Sea to Summit. There's still some left. You can see we're kind of learning the appropriate amounts to pack. But honestly, it was a lot more full than this. So
how big is it?
This is the 13 liter, I think. So I think it's 13 liters. And it was pretty much, it was slam packed. There's a little more than just food in here. But we had to feed like four people, but like, yeah, 2 guys that eat so much. We were so nervous about it.
Of course.
It also has like, oh, I need to clean that. The stasher bags inside of it. So this is what we cooked. Like if it wasn't a backpacking meal, we cook inside of these. This is not actually Stasher brand. I don't know. I got this for clearance. Oh, this is from Target. Yep. I got this on clearance at Target. But these work so good and they seal up really nice. So even though this is dirty, it's not on anything else in black. So we use those when we made just like noodles. And then just a couple, I packed some teas, which was really nice at night when we were tired and like wanted a warm drink. And we used these little, like they have at like Waffle House, the little half and half things for our coffee, and it worked great. I was worried about them getting punctured, but they didn't. And then the rest of that's just boring food that we didn't eat, mostly ramen.
Yeah.
And a couple
we
snacks.
did not eat ramen.
Yeah, we never needed the ramen, but we brought it just in case.
We brought a lot more food than we needed, but it's better to be prepared.
Not as bad as I thought. I thought we were going to bring like way too much. It was too much, but not like way too much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This was my bag of like toiletries. So we have the Sea to Summit wipes, which I loved them. Did you like them?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just at night to kind of wipe at least some of the grime off. The first day we got so muddy, so we use these to like wipe our legs and keep them clean. Little baby hairbrush. I actually have a big toothbrush and these little toothbrushes worked really great. We got those at Ingles on the way up there. And then I kept feminine products in here because I had a feeling that that was going to happen, and it did. So yay, first time backpacking, and I got to go ahead and experience what that is like. Happy birthday to me.
Yay.
This was a trip to celebrate my birthday as well, so I got to have that little present. And so that worked great. I put it inside the frog tong bag that the poncho came in and everything. Just I put it in there and everything stayed dry. I kept my beanie kind of like under some stuff so it stayed dry but easy to access, and an extra pair of dry socks. We like the Darn Toughs. That's what pretty much all of us have, is the Darn Toughs, so I kept those available. I did use the beanie in the morning, but other than that, it really wasn't that cold, like I said. I kept a swimsuit where I could reach it in case we came across water we could get in. We did not. It was really sad, but
we did stick our feet in some brook with cascades.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
it was very shallow. But
It was
our
very
feet
nice
were
of
hurting,
feet.
so we did do that. This is the sleep pad that I have from Amazon. Sleep in Go. It's like not expensive. It honestly works great. You do have to blow it up with your mouth. It doesn't have like the foot pedal or anything. But for what, I don't know, it was like $20 or $30, and it works really good for now. It's probably not good when it gets cold. I have a feeling it's not insulated at all. But it wasn't cold, so it was fine. And the combination with this, like, it was wonderful. So, and the last thing that I had to pack, because again, we had partners with us, and so they packed the tent and all the stakes and all that stuff. But I have my sleeping bag. I don't know if I can get this out. It's inside of just a regular like stuff sack. Lordy, thank you. From
Stuffed
REI.
it real well.
Yeah. Okay. It's inside here. It's not a dry bag. I mean, it keeps things dry. It just doesn't have the dry bag top. And I have the Xped. You know what this thing is called? 2540. It's like a reversible. So it works in like warmer and cooler weather. Oh, there it is. Mega Sleep 2540. But you can like reverse the direction of the bag. I don't know. I just kept it on one side, and I was actually kind of hot most of the time. So I would just unzip it a little bit. I tried a mummy sleeping bag. I freaked out. I could not do it. It was like claustrophobia. No. So I got this one that's a rectangle, and it's super comfortable. It compresses really, really well. I love it. Inside here, I have clothes. I put them in here to stay dry. My sleep clothes, it's like a pair of sweat shorts and a dry cotton t-shirt. And don't eat all of that. I want some.
Alex is eating potato salad.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna have for breakfast. And maybe another dry pair of socks. I don't know, but I kept that in here for sleeping. So that's everything in my bag. Your turn.
Alrighty. Big pocket of my bag. Here we go. That's the wrong clamp. Oh wait. Now also in my pack I have a swimsuit as well. That is not on the inside of my pack because I didn't care if it got wet. That's it in there. Let me open this bad boy up. So on top, I have an REI base layer that I got for the Labor Day sale. It's over here because Molly and Alex washed my clothes for me. Then I also kept my dry fit t-shirt that I actually only ended up wearing like one time. Because
like a minute.
yeah, I had this tank top on the entire time. It's like some kind of material. I got it from like TJ Maxx or something for cheap. And I have my frog tog thingy as well. Poncho worked very, very well. Kept everything very dry. Then I have my little puffer. It's actually only from Target, but it kept me pretty warm. It's the All in Motion brand, and I actually got it for free because one of my friends was giving it away, or thrifting it. I mean, was gonna give it to the thrift store. There we go. And then I actually carried our cooking setup. It was $12 off of Amazon. It's 2 little pots, which I really like. I also have my gas in here, and it's just a little pocket rocket from Amazon. I think the entire set was like $15, and there's actually measuring like ticks on the inside of the pots, which is really, really helpful, especially when you're cooking like backpacking meals that require like a specific amount of water. Over here. Then, okay, so I have loose tortillas right now because that's what we use for breakfast, and I already put away the dry bag. Yeah, they're a little squished, but they still eat the same, so it doesn't matter. And then I ended up carrying the food. I had it in the Sea to Summit 8-liter dry bag. It was very full. It was like 8 pounds when we started. But again, like Molly said, we have like a little leftover food in here. We have some ramen and some chicken packets and tuna packets and a block of cheese that I need to get out of here. Yeah, the cheese was probably the heaviest thing we kept in our...
We carried 2 pounds of cheese on this trip.
Yeah.
And we ate all but half, like that one block.
There we
So
go.
we ate 1.5 pounds of cheese.
So that is my food bag. I'm gonna go over my clothes right now. I have them out. I kept it in the Sea to Summit again. 4-liter dry bag. I actually ended up getting 3 on sale from REI during the Labor Day sale. Actually, I think I got it before, but they were still on sale. So I kept all my clothes in here. And to go through what I wore hiking, I wore this top again. It's very, very nice and it dries really fast. And then I got a pair of Patagonia Bounties. They're the 5-inch NC in a size medium, and I absolutely love these shorts. They're quick drying, water wicking. Got them on sale actually for like $28, and they originally sell for like $65. It's a good deal. It's because this pattern was going out of store, and I really like this pattern, so I went ahead and got those.
So sad I didn't get one, but I did get the chinchilla in that pattern.
Yeah, chinchilla.
It's just not cold enough for that right now.
And then my camp clothes, I had a pair of like little sweat shorts that I actually got from Target as well. We are obsessed with these shorts.
I'm wearing them right
I was about to say, she has the same one
and
on
I'm wearing
right
the
now.
same tank top you're about to.
Yep. Here is my,
Yeah.
It's a Wild Fable tank top, just like a cool little thingy-majiggy. We love them. And I had a pair of Smart Wool socks as my camp socks. Keep them dry. Whatever. And then, so my sleeping pad is actually a lot bigger than Molly's is. It's the Want from Amazon. It comes with like a little foot pedal, which actually ended up not working. So Rowan ended up blowing it up with his mouth. But it does have the foot pedal and it has a built-in pillow as well. I slept really, really nice on it. Obviously, probably not insulated as well, but she works just fine. We love her for right now.
We live in the South, so we don't need insulation most of the year.
So that's all that's in here. I'm gonna have to take this off and get my sleeping bag out. Let's see. So I ended up stuffing this sucker in the last, like the third Sea to Summit bag that I have. It is a 13-liter, and it's also the XFed Mega Sleep 2540. We share the same fear of mummy sleeping bags, apparently. This
You tried
compresses
harder than I did, but
yeah, compresses
didn't
really
work.
well. She honestly kept pretty dry. Obviously, I hung her out anyway because I didn't want it moist. Didn't want her growing stuff. And then I also have the Sea to Summit Eras pillow, the ultralight large, which I really like. Do not inflate it all the way because you do not sleep well on it. It's like hard as a brick if you do. It's very, very tiny, and I can honestly keep it in the Sea to Summit cup if I wanted to. It has like a little softer side, kind of like a fleecy kind of pattern, or not pattern, fabric. And on the other side, it's still really soft, but it's more like a inflatable plastic kind of thing, but it's still soft. I really like this. Definitely a luxury item, but
I will be getting one of those.
it's definitely nice.
Yeah. If you don't like them, it's probably because you inflated it all the way.
Yes, don't do that. Do not do that. And I think that is it. I think that's all I have in my pack.
So last thing then are our shoes.
Oh.
Okay, so we both wore hiking boots. I just had like kind of cheap Columbias. I really don't know what they're called. They say they're waterproof. I'm reading that right now. That's a lie. Waterproof unless you get in water.
We're wet.
So yeah, I like the look of these. They're very like classic hiking boot. That's why I picked them out. I actually asked my mom for these for Christmas last year, and I've day hiked in them, which wasn't a huge problem. I do realize now that my feet were hurting when I was day hiking, but then I got to come home and take them off, and so it never got to be too much of a problem. But this weekend I got horrible blisters from these suckers like not staying dry, and they just don't fit right. I don't know. They're not right. We did meet a podiatrist at a shelter.
Not a pediatrician.
And he was really cool. He had nice hair. And he said, not that you're asking for my advice, but I am a podiatrist. Because he saw us like immediately taking our shoes off. We were in so much pain.
Like crying.
Yeah, basically. And he was telling us that trail runners are really the way to go. He said that everybody that wears boots and comes to him that hike, he said that they complain of a lot of ankle pain and foot pain and all of that. So I actually own trail runners, but I just did not know. I kind of always thought I needed ankle support on the trail, but I actually own the Ultra Superior 5s because I'm wearing them for a Spartan race that I'm doing. So I've had these, and they have like the nice wide toe box, and they fit me great. I love these shoes, but now I will be trying these out next time I go hiking and seeing if my feet fare a little bit better than they did at this trip because it was bad. Like I said, I hiked out in my Tevas and it was much better. It was a better situation. Even going down like the steepest downgrade hill ever, and it was still better than wearing my boots.
It
was a lot.
down.
Yeah. I don't think I would have made it if I would have worn my boots.
No.
Alex would have to carry me. You want to talk about your boots?
So I got these for Christmas from my mother. when I first really gotten into hiking. They are Vans hiking boots. They're called the
They're
Ultra
really
Range.
cute.
They're cute. I mean, they're nice, but I should have gotten a size up because my feet swole up really bad. I don't know. I didn't end up liking them, and I just got durable before.
It's
My
fine.
apologies.
It's okay.
Yeah,
you said your toes were going numb.
very, very small toe box, not for me. So we have barefoot shoes that we literally wear all the time. So we've gotten very used to that in the wide toe box. Well, yeah, you know, no toe box in those. But so on the way home from from our trip at REI, it was the one in Asheville.
The one where I bought my new pack.
A huge resupply. So I highly recommend going there. I actually ended up getting some Ultra Lone Peak 6. They're the zero drop. They have the stone grate, and it's a huge, wide toe boxes. Very much appreciated. They were on resupply for $35 because there's some tearing in the heel right here, but it's nothing major. So I was really stoked about those, and I ended up really liking them. Obviously, I need a new pair. I'm not going to go on trail for a long time, like through hike with these, but I'm stoked about them, and I'm very excited. And I think that's
I think that's everything.
pretty sure that's it.
Yeah. And like I said, the guys carried other stuff. So like my cooking setup that me and Alex used, he carried that. He actually ended up taking a lot for me since I had the whole pack situation where my 50 liter was just way too big and I had to carry a smaller pack. And then this pack still didn't fit me right. So, and he carried our tent and Rowan carried your tent.
Yeah.
So that is a huge advantage to hiking with a partner that you
absolutely.
plan on like sharing a tent with. It was really nice that we didn't have to have, 4 separate tents and 4 separate cooking situations and all of that. Because we were together the whole time. So that stuff did exist. It was just in someone else's.
Yes. We did not just cowboy camp and sleep on the ground.
No, it poured.
Every
both
single
nights.
night.
So, especially the second night, which we were in a shelter, thank goodness, because it poured. So, I think that's it.
I think that is all we have for you guys. So thank you
We'll,
for watching.
We'll have to do another one of these when we get our new setup all put together. My new
absolutely.
pack and all of that. So,
All right.
All right.
Peace. Weenie.